Welcome to the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm ready. Listen, I can't even speak. I'm so excited about the playoffs. Let's go, baby.
All right, so this is our Division 2 video. Again, we have a video for every single division out. So if you're not in Division 2 and you're watching this saying, where's our game? Go find the other video. I promise it's there. So first game of Division 2, it's the number 1 seed, Canyon Crest, taking on the number 16, Del Norte. I will take the Ravens.
Absolutely. You got to go with Ryan Michaels. This is his swan song. This is the chance for him to really get some heads turning, saying, look, he's good. And Canyon Crest is good, and this team deserves that number 1 seed because this bracket is loaded. So to come out with that number 1 seed with this field of competition, that means a lot for Canyon Crest. They've got to step up big here, but I'll take the Ravens.
All right, sports fans, Full-Time Hoops back with your Division 2 predictions for the first round. Now, before we start with the predictions, I will say this. Division 2 was a lot sexier about a month ago, and even 2 days ago before the season finale, and here's why. Injuries have really taken a lot of the luster out of this division. La Jolla coming in without its star Reed Farley, Patrick Henry entering the playoffs without its presumptive league MVP Christian Choice, and Orange Glen taking a really big hit the last week of the season, losing senior center, I got it right this time, thank you. Senior center Gabe Macias with an injury, and then losing Trevor Owens, an invaluable guard, to an undisclosed injury. I'm going to get more information on that later, but it really does take a lot away from what was going to be a really fun and exciting Division 2 race, and sets up some of those teams for, upset specials. So let's get started. We're going to start with number 1 Canyon Crest Academy hosting number 16 Del Norte. Del Norte, we haven't talked a lot about this season. Edgar Rodriguez, Caden Tolstrup actually has been quite a pleasant surprise. The 6'4", lanky shooter, has had a really good season. And then Chase Howard in the middle, 6'4" and a half, kind of bigger bodied post who can step out and hit the 15-footer. All that really doesn't matter against Canyon Crest. I'm picking the Ravens. The Ravens, led by Ryan Michaels, Tyler Elsom, MJ Metz and crew, really good season. Disciplined, fundamentally sound, can shoot the cover off the ball. This is going to be a big win for them.
Winner of that game takes on the winner of this, La Jolla, Valhalla. I will take the Norsemen in this battle of. Or is a Norseman kind of the same thing as a Viking too? Are we on the same page here?
They're probably like one's Norway, one's Sweden type of thing. It's a very Nordic snow battle. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take Valhalla. I think that La Jolla, they just had the rug pulled out from under them when they lost Reed Farley. And that's no disrespect to Charlie Gall. The team just hasn't molded around him yet. Valhalla, they're good. Kai and company, you got Ramsey Sultan. Valhalla's going to be good. This is a really subtle, quiet team that could make a great impact. So I'm going to go with Valhalla.
Now we got the 8-9 game, which pits two teams that really headed in the wrong direction the second half of the year, but for different reasons. You had La Jolla, who was, just rolling through the Eastern League, and then Reed Farley tore his ACL. Valhalla rolled through their non-league schedule, came into league at 17-2, and couldn't win a game until the last game of the season in league. So, the wheels kind of fell off for both teams. With that said, I think Valhalla gets the upset here. I'm picking the Norsemen for this one over their fellow Vikings. The reason why I'm picking this is because I think that the guard play of Kai, Kamaki, and, I think, them not having that dominant perimeter player in Reed Farley really opens things up for Kai, Evan O'Neal, Ian Ramsey Sultan to get it going from the perimeter. And I think that they really do take advantage of that. So I'm going to pick them in the upset. Christian, I know you're weeping right now. I see the smirk on your face. You're going to have to deal with it, fam. It's okay.
Number 5, Patrick Henry hosting number 12, Horizon. I will take the Patriots.
You know,
Tough one.
I'm going to go with Horizon. I'm going to go with our first major upset here, and I'm going to go with DJ. I'm going to go with Isaiah Robinson. I think that this Horizon team also has kind of an interesting plot line. This is it for them. This is it for their school. This is the final chapter going to be written in their basketball program. So I think these kids are going to play with a little bit of reckless abandon and come out with the win here.
Now we're going to move on to the 5-12 game, Patrick Henry versus Horizon. And of course, this is one that really changed dramatically on the final night of the season when Christian Choice dislocated his ankle. He's out for the playoffs, which leaves a void there for Patrick Henry. But I'll tell you this right now. I think Patrick Henry gets it done. And here's why. Jaden Holloway, who's their sixth man, has had a really good year. I mean, he's been, he comes in the game at 6'1" and is one of their best rebounders, one of their best interior scorers, and, is one of their best guards. So I think he steps into the void left by Christian Choice and kind of adds a little more aggression on the defensive end, which I think will help them in a game where they're going to need it because DJ Wilson and Thomas Marcus will shoot you out of a gym if you let them. I don't think Patrick Henry lets them. I think they survive this upset bid and they move on.
Winner of that game takes on the winner of 4 Orange Glen, 13 Oceanside. I think Orange Glen has a great chance to win this whole bracket, not just this game. So I will take OG.
This is part of this loaded thing that we were talking about. Like Orange Glen is a 4. I mean, they took down Foothills earlier this year. Oceanside is a 13. They had a bunch of big wins. Got to give it, though, to Michael Diaz and company. Mixed Team 03 is going to be mixing up some fire in this playoff bracket.
Now, Orange Glen plays Oceanside in the 4-13 game. Orange Glen, has Michael Diaz, Damian Miller, and Devin Diaz. So 3 of the better backcourt players we have in San Diego. Losing Trevor Owens is a big blow to them. Trevor has been the most reliable perimeter shooter they've had all year. And, he's an underrated defender, too. Trevor Owens really gets after it on the ball. And I think, I really think that they're going to miss him. But I don't think it's going to happen in this round. I mean, Oceanside has had a very good year, by Oceanside standards. Splitting with El Camino was probably the highlight of the year. They've had their moments. But I think that Orange Glen gets it done. Again, they're playing at home, which will give them a little bit of just headwind going in. So I'm thinking they get it done.
Other side of the bracket, number 3, Helix. Number 14, Ramona, Helix.
There's a 3 next to Helix? Yeah, because they got 3 guys in our dunk competition. Helix. This is a team that just caught absolute fire. And I mean, no one's going to stop them in this bracket. Absolutely nobody.
Now we're going to move on to Helix Ramona. Blake Seitz has had a really good year for the 14th seed Ramona Bulldogs. But that's like bringing a knife to a gunfight, over here. Helix, just way too deep, way too talented. So I'm going to go with Miles Norris and crew, the 3 seed Helix, to take this one.
Moving on to the winner of this game. It's number 6 Sarah taking on number 11 Steel Canyon. I will take the Conquistadors, Q-Dogs.
You got to love what Quincy Farabee has done with Sarah this year, but I'm going to take Steel Canyon. I think Gage Sanders is an underappreciated talent out there, real smooth shooter. He's had a couple big games against people like Helix, so he's shown that he can get it done. I think that they'll be able to pull off the upset against Sarah.
Moving on to the 6-11, which is another intriguing matchup. This one's prime for an upset. Steel Canyon versus Sarah. Sarah, was a team that started out undefeated, dropped a couple of games in league, but I still like what I see from them. I had a chance to watch them the final night of the season. They defend, they offensive rebound, they're one of the better offensive rebounding teams that I've seen all year. They really get after it between Tate Samuelson and Jamari Brown. But Quincy Farabee is he's the one who stirs it up. I mean, he gets it done for them. Steel Canyon has one of the more underrated juniors in Gage Sanders. Gage Sanders came into his high school career as a 5'6", point guard who was very skilled, but undersized and, kind of the wrong kind of 5'6", not super quick. And then all of a sudden he's a 5'11", with the same skill set, and he's much more palatable as a prospect, and is playing at a really high level. With that said, I don't think that's enough for Steel Canyon to take this one, so I'm going to pick Sarah winning on their home floor, but it's going to be close. I think this game is like 5 to 6 points.
Next game we're going to talk about 7-10. It's 7 Scripps Ranch in Batre Koyunju. Did I get it right? Batre?
Close enough.
Close enough. I love saying that name. Take it on number 10 Westview. I'm going to go with the upset here. I will take the Wolverines in the 10-7 matchup.
Well, Benetcon and Westview are a really talented team, and you got to give them a lot of love for the style that they play. But I'm going to go with Scripps Ranch, and I'm going to go also with Kyle Mullen being a huge part of that. We saw Shaggy on our podcast as a quarterback earlier this year, and he just underlines that mentality that Scripps have of, hey, let's just get it done. Let's just go out there, play our version of basketball, score a lot of points, have some fun. I think Scripps is going to take this one.
Scripps Ranch Westview. I'm going to pick Scripps Ranch. I like Ben O'Coton he's going to go out shooting, but I think that Batre and crew gets it done. This is going to be one of those grinded out games where I think the score is going to be like 48 to 45. But I think Batre scores like 30 of those points. They get it done on their home floor.
All right, final game in Division 2. Number 2 Rancho Bernardo hosting number 15 Sweetwater. Give me RB.
Oh, you got to believe it. I mean, and this just rounds out what I was saying at the top of this bracket is loaded. You talk about each of these top 4 seeds could go on and win their own bracket in a different type of tournament. JJ Overton and company, let's be real. They're counting down the hours till they're going to meet with Miles Norris. Mm-hmm. It's JJ Overton versus Miles Norris on this side of the bracket. Rancho Bernardo, they're going to take it.
Sweetwater, you always got to love it, when the little guys, get it done. And their backcourt is probably shorter than, myself. But I really do think that Rancho Bernardo right now, with Orange Glen taking injury hits, I think they're going to be the favorites in this one. Getting Knox Winkler back is a game changer for them. At 6'4", big guard, shoots it, rebounds it, and adds a dimension that teams really haven't had a chance to game plan for. So I'm going to pick Rancho Bernardo in that one.
All right, that is it for Division 2. Again, if you're in a different division, your favorite team's in a different division, do not worry. We have those videos up there for you as well. Please watch all of our playoff videos. They're all there.
We'll see you in the quarters.
And we'll see you in the quarters.